Several years ago, I'm up north, I'm with a client, and I'm walking with him on a practice round before a tournament begins. On the PGA Tour, practice rounds are real informal kind of things. People join up on particular holes if there's a bottleneck, or they'll let them go through whatever. It's a very informal, everybody sort of knows everybody. So we came up on Hideki Matsui. He had an entourage of people with him, and there was 2 caddies, 3 media people, 1 or 2 equipment people, an exercise person, or seemingly like a physical therapist or something like that, and seemingly a businessman. I spoke to the businessman, while we were walking down the fairway. We were passing Matsui and going through, and I had a chance to talk to the businessman. I couldn't certainly get to Matsui, that's for sure. One caddy was there for his club selection, and another caddy was a 4 caddy, run way up front, way down the fairway, and then when he got towards the green, the 4 caddy would roll balls on the front of the green all the way to the back of the green. He would go all around the green, rolling balls off the edges, looking for subtle breaks, or just looking for breaks and looking for characteristics on the green. The equipment guys had clubs that were like in the back. The clubs were pointing up there like a backpack, and different wedges. And one guy had just irons, other guy was working with woods. But I mean, there was they were trying out different clubs for him, and they were following him around, like I said, from shot to shot. Every step he took, the media people would be right there taking had their cameras right in his face, and there was 3 of them, 3 media people, magazines, and they were from Japan. So the Japanese media were following him every step he took. Anyway, I could never get close to him. My player never got close to him. Of course, we just went around, and then my player looks at me and says, why don't I have those people around me? I don't know. And I was thinking in my mind, well, you're not Hideki Matsui. That's the first thing. We're trying to get there, of course. But that was the difference between my guy and Hideki Matsui. Got a question from a client stating, Dr. Trammel, I'm a golfer and I do very well in practice rounds, but when it comes to tournament play, I'm at least 8 to 10 strokes higher. Please help, or what are your thoughts? So that's a very common thing among golf and golfers. In fact, it's a common thing among a lot of athletes. They do very well in practice, but they can't do as well in a tournament situation. And just as a generalization, I'm not sure about you, of course, but in a generalization, it's due to situational anxiety. So in practice, there are no consequences. You hit a bad shot, you throw another ball down, no big deal, just move forward. But in tournament play, there is no just throw another ball down without penalty strokes, so there are consequences. So there are no consequences in practice, there are nothing but consequences in a tournament, and therefore your subconscious mind then, in certain situations, then engages the fight, flight, or freeze mode, and all of a sudden, what was a very loose and easy-going golf swing becomes something of a guide. You're trying to force a ball in there because you're afraid. You're afraid of hitting it out of bounds or in the water or whatever. And that's a great way to shoot 8 over par. So a solution to that is to make practice as consequential as in a tournament, and that'll train your subconscious mind to continue to work in practice as diligently and as real, keep it real in practice as in a tournament. So let's say you are gonna play a 9-hole practice match, and for every shot that you're over par, you owe the cart boy $5. So let's say you come in at 3 over par, you shoot a little smooth 39, you owe the cart boy $15. Now, if you don't think that will cause your subconscious mind to get yourself in gear, think again. The act of losing money is something that you want to avoid. So the subconscious mind will hopefully get you back into focus. You're focused now, and there are consequences. This is real here. Because every putt you miss, every shot you miss, there could be a loss of $5 coming out of your pocket. When you have the consequences of losing money in a practice round, then that can cause situational anxiety. After a period of time, you won't have any more anxiety anymore, because your subconscious mind is getting used to that environment. So then if you say in your mind, then this is real. in practice. So I've got to really focus and concentrate. Either one or two things is going to happen. Your practice round scores are going to go up, or your tournament scores are going to go down, because now you're getting used to situational anxiety, because in practice it counts. It has now become very, very real for you. So that would be my advice.